So I've been watching Journal Artista on YouTube, and she does a lot of stuff in an old comp book that she has where she just slaps stuff down. So last week I decided to do that. Um, Take a whole bunch of paints and things and just play and just explore. See, these were some, I had some pages that ripped because I got them so wet, but I saved the little bits. And I sprayed and I painted and um, I watercolored and I put ink pad on it and I just went all out. Um, and I'm really loving it. And one of the things that I did learn from her, which I've noticed but I didn't know the particulars, this is from Dollar General and it's made in Vietnam. And the ones that are made in Vietnam have not much, but thicker paper than the ones that are made in the USA or any place else, any of the other ones that I've seen. So the Walmart composition books don't work that well because from they're all made in USA. So you know, it's sorry, we're having, you know, nighttime. I have a hard time making videos because it's a zoo all the time here. This looks like a dolphin to me. I'm going to try making it a dolphin. But this one here is from Dollar General, and I know that I've seen other ones that are made in Vietnam or that seem to have thicker paper. Some people glue two pages together for the thickness. I didn't. You know, I just did this. And some of the paint, the paint thickens the pages up. And I'm going to make my own gesso and do that to thicken the pages up. But this weekend I kind of just relaxed and I used some of my oil pastels, and I got the Crayola Twistable crayons. Let me show you. These are pretty old, so they probably look a little bit different now, but they are these, and everything I have is cheap, cheap, cheap. These are the Twistables crayons, and they make a really nice resist with the paint too. And this here is lip color, which I haven't tried yet. And then I have a couple little daubers and my cheap oil pastels. These are Art Skills. I got those at Dollar General a long time ago. So, I just use the cheapest stuff. My homemade sprays. I used some of my Dylusion sprays here and there, but you don't have to. You can make your own sprays out of food coloring. And I used a lot of watercolor from my kids' sets. These watercolors here, and then these were from that I bought from somebody. This is a metallic watercolor, and these are awesome, awesome, awesome. I bought them from somebody who was getting rid of them, but I know that they are from Michaels, and they do not cost a lot of money at Michaels. So everything I did in here is the most expensive thing I used is my Dylusion sprays. Everything else is cheap paint, cheap crayons, cheap pastels, cheap watercolor, and I tried to decorate I tried to just put something on almost every page. So I have an idea for a project that I want to do, and I'm going to use this book to kind of practice that idea. So I'm going to find a page that I want to work on. And we are actually going to art. Can you believe it? We're going to art. So, sorry again. We're yelling. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. See, I like the colors on some of these, and I don't want to cover them up because I'm going to be covering the whole thing in paint. So, trying to find a page that I sprayed through a placemat. That looks really cool. And let's see what I've got here. Oh, and you know what else I was doing? I was taking acrylic paint and running it around with my fingers. And it was so cool. It makes it so neat. Something you can't accomplish with a brush, Use your fingers. Finger paints, they're fun. See, this is the hard part when you cover every page, is you can't find a blank one that you wanna use, right? So let's try. So you're getting kind of a taste of what I did. Yeah, we're gonna just use this page here, I think, because that is spray from, there. So we're gonna use this page here, and I am going to squirt this directly onto the page. As you can see, my extremely precise techniques. And I'm going to add some dark purple. Like my sound effects? Okay, do that. And I don't know if this blue will be dark enough, but we are going to try it. It might be a little chunky though, because this was clearance. I've noticed that when you buy clearance paint, it tends to, see, the black kind of takes over, so we might have to add a little bit more blue and stuff. Usually clearance paint is garbage. So, if you go to like Michael's or Joann's and they have paints on clearance, it's usually because they're 4,500 years old, or they are just a crappy paint. But more often than not, they're 4,500 years old. So I painted this whole thing black, and the blue and the purple have kind of disappeared. You can see it a little bit, but they have pretty much, for the most part, disappeared. I'm not going to use this. I'm only trying some things out, so this can be my wipe off page for the time being. Oh, see, paint boogers that come from that blue paint. I'm getting boogers, just as I suspected would happen, because the paint is old. Old paint. Alright, so let's squirt a whole bunch of blue and see if it makes a difference. Squirt. And get that off my finger. And we'll squirt a whole bunch of purple. I'm almost out of this color. Ooh, that is a lot of purple, because a paint booger came out with that, so it's gonna be kind of gooey. Yeah, see that big booger? That's what happens sometimes too, is you get those big boogers come out. Whew, look at all that paint on that brush. Well, it's mixing into the black nice. Boogers and all. Whew, big booger. And rub some off on here. This is nice. This blue and purple together creates nice. I mean, I don't care. We can just layer the paint on here. Most of this paint, like I said, is old. And, it's fun to do something in a book like this because you don't feel threatened. It's a composition book. Anybody in America knows that these are a dime a dozen. You buy them at school time for 50 cents, although I won't be now that I know that the Walmart ones, now that I know from people's opinions other than my own, that the Walmart ones are truly garbage, I will be on the hunt at other places, and don't always knock your dollar stores either, because Dollar Tree, their composition books, I've noticed, are different qualities at different times. So like right now they might have some really nice composition books, and then for the school year they get the cheap ones that they sell at that time. So don't make sure you keep an eye on your discount places like Dollar Tree and Dollar General, in case you can get a composition book that's of a better quality paper than those cheap ones. I've learned, because I noticed I had started writing in a different composition book, and writing in it, sorry, I'm just rubbing this off on my drop paper, which I'm going to change pretty soon because it's got some pretty metallic on it that I don't want to cover up. My pens were bleeding through the composition paper, and I'm like, what the hell? So I started using one that I had bought a long time ago that I found out after I bought it only had 70 pages. So I was mad. I was like, it doesn't come with 100 pages? Don't mind me, I'm drawing. You know, so I was pretty upset. As upset as you could be about a composition book. But when I started writing in it, my pen didn't bleed through at all. So when I looked at the back of that one, it was made in Vietnam. So that explains why you have to pay attention to where you're getting them and where they are being made. And if you want to skip that altogether, you can always go with the Moleskines, which have a thicker, better quality paper right from the factory, so you don't even have to check labels on those. But I am cheap. Although I might try. I see them at Sam's Club now and then, so I might pick up some Moleskines. I know some people call them Moleskines, but they are definitely Moleskines to me, because I just really like the idea of skinning a mole, since moles wreak such havoc in my yard. So this is drying totally different than it looked wet. I guess I'll do both pages since I have both pages pretty much done. But this paint, I wanted to first of all check to make sure that my colors were all matte, because the project that I'm going to do, which we might do together if I can have enough peace and quiet in my life, I'm going to make a shadow box type thing. And if I can get this to look like a night sky, then my shadow box will be successful. And to some people, you're like, oh, a night sky, just paint the thing black and put some stars. Yeah, you know what? Just shut up. I don't want to hear from you people. Hold on, I'm going to dry the other side because I got some paint on the other side and I don't want it to keep ripping my paper. Okay. That should be good for that. So, here is the nighttime. Darkness, blackness, where evil spirits are afoot. Now, do I want to make it galaxy-like? You know, I just don't know. I just don't know. If I put... Ooh, I could dry brush, maybe. Some lighter colors. I don't know what color I would dry brush. Let's look at what I got. I could dry brush like a lighter purple, maybe. No, because I go from dark purple to really light purple. Or maybe like a dark pink. I'll try. Let me grab the brush that I got recently from my husband's stash that I want to use for dry brushing. Here it is. Dry brush. Some pink. I do like this Anita's brand that you get at Hobby Lobby. I do like the... Let's see. You know, some nights you look up at the sky and there is still some pink residue from the sunset, you know? Sorry, hit my stand. My phone thing is losing its, ooh, see, it's drying nice and dark. My phone stand is losing its bounce because I move it around so much in here to make room. Or when I'm watching, you know, when I watch a show, I have it one way, and when I'm recording, I have it another way. See, now that I know that it's drying a different color, I can kind of put it on, you know. I have no clue what I'm doing, so this might not even look like a night sky. Who knows? I really have no clue. Let's try drying that a little bit so that we can see how the colors darken. I don't think it's so much that the colors are darkening, but they are opaque. You know, the paint from Hobby Lobby, it's an opaque paint, so it doesn't cover the darker colors as well. Just like the Apple Barrel paints, most of them are opaque, so they don't cover, they just color. Now, I want to take some of my pink that I have left and dry brush someplace. Let's dry brush here. As you can see, we are having fun today. The terrible twos have hit full force. Hold on. Okay, do that. And I'm going to grab my little flicker brush. Hey, quiet down in there. There's no reason to be flipping out. Alright, let's grab yellow. Nice. This is just yellow. Okay, yellow. We're going to start there. Man, I put too much on. I'm going to water it. So you can't see over there, but this is what I'm doing. I'm watering my yellow down, which is right here on my craft paper mat. And sprinkle that yellow. And do this. Mix a little bit of white. The water really makes it fly around. This might not be the ideal night sky to some people, but I'm kind of liking it with the pink streaks. Out here in the mountains, you see a lot of pink streaks at night when just after the sun sets. And then I would probably wait for it to dry and go over it with a nice glitter also. Let's go ahead and use this paint up someplace else. How about we use some up here. Blowing on my pages like my breath is going to dry it much faster. And throw some over here. And this is what the joy is of this book, is that everything has a little bit of inspiration to it, you know? Everything is just a little bit, just almost ready to go, you know? And just mix the rest of this into my table. So, this is about as night sky as I'm thinking about getting with it. I might go, on my project, I might go a little bit less yellow. I might do more of like, you know, medium yellow. That's kind of dark unless I mixed it in with the white a little bit better, but so this is just a short little video to show you my night sky. You know, and this is, we're just playing. I'm not saying that this is some kind of work of art, but I do like it. I like how that come out. I might not do so much dry brushing. I might blend a little bit of pink in with my fingers. You know, I don't know. I can always do another page in here and try it. Try something different. But thanks for hanging out and enjoying my new art journal. Isn't that funny? The things we use. I'm really enjoying this book. So I hope that you all try this with a composition book and try doing something that works for you. And I love to see what you create. Ta-ta for now.